Hello everyone, this is Rick. Welcome to episode 17 of the Gupta Empire series. And today we are going to discuss about Gupta Art. This video is presented by Rig History Extended. Introduction to Gupta Art. Dr. A. Kumaraswamy describes Gupta art as the flower of our established tradition. Gupta art combines restraint, elegance, and spiritual expression likened to the Sanskrit language in its perfection. Gupta period 4th to 6th century CE marked a flourishing of various art forms including sculpture, architecture, and painting. Important centers of artistic activity included Mathura, Benares, and Patna. Gupta artists focused on beauty, faith, and passion, achieving balance between formality and exuberance in their work. Key characteristics. Gupta art shows restraint and refinement with a focus on simplicity of form over excess ornamentation. Artist emphasizes elegance, relying more on spiritual themes than on grandeur or volume. There was a balance between artistic freedom and convention, with sobriety in drapery and decoration. The concept of rupam, meaning beauty or form, was central to Gupta aesthetic. Artists were masters of technique, combining spirituality with artistic perfection. Religious and spiritual appeal. Gupta art is deeply rooted in religious and spiritual traditions, often reflecting stories from Hinduism and Buddhism. Figures of gods, sages, and kings found in Ajanta caves illustrate the Gupta style's spiritual focus. The painted forms often depicted in themes of good versus evil, embodying religious values. These artworks are known for their balance of simplicity, spiritual joy, and nobility. The spiritual depth of Gupta art resonated across Greater India and Central Asia. Influence of Gupta art beyond India. Gupta art extended beyond India's borders, with sculptures and frescoes reaching Central Asia and China. Frescoes were exported, particularly to regions like Greater India, where they influenced local artistic traditions. Gupta sculpture, especially depictions of human form, achieved recognition for its beauty and perfection. The art form combined naturalism with an idealized representation of divine subjects. Scholars believe that the Gupta period represents ancient Indian art at its finest. Sculpture during the Gupta period. Dr. V. S. Agarwala highlights the significance of Gupta sculpture, noting its focus on beauty and grace. Gupta sculptures, like those of Buddha, often depict spiritual themes with restrained transparent drapery. Important sculptures include images of the seated Buddha from Mathura and Sarnath, both marked by serene contemplation. The Udayagiri Vishnu 400 CE is an example of a colossal Gupta sculpture that blends human and animal forms. Gupta artists were adept at portraying both divine and human subjects with a focus on spiritual refinement. Depictions of Vishnu in Gupta sculpture. Vishnu was a popular subject during the Gupta period, often depicted in his Anantasayana reclining form. The Vishnu sculpture from Mathura is a prime example of Gupta artisanship, emphasizing both grandeur and serenity. The Udayagiri sculpture of Vishnu showcases the Gupta focus on religious symbolism, particularly celestial themes. Gupta artists skillfully combined human and animal forms as seen in the Vishnu, boar, and lion sculptures. These depictions highlight the Gupta mastery of both form and technique in religious art. Shiva and the legends of Gupta sculpture. Shiva also played a prominent role in Gupta art, particularly in depictions of his divine battles and myths. Temples like Desagar house significant images of Shiva, blending divine majesty with artistic elegance. Scenes from the Ramayana and Mahabharata, including those featuring Rama and Krishna, were frequently portrayed. Legends like Krishna's victory over Kangsha and Shiva's dance are common themes in Gupta temple art. Udayagiri's sculpture of Shiva represents the perfect synthesis of spiritual narrative and artistic form. Gupta architecture and temples. The Gupta period saw the development of iconic temple architecture with early examples dedicated to Vishnu at Tigawa. Notable temples include the Dasavatar temple at Deogarh, a masterpiece of Gupta architectural design. The Parvati temple at Nachna Kuthara is also known for its square sanctum and innovation in Gupta temple layout. Gupta temples combine stone and brick construction with decorative terracotta panels and sculptures. Gupta temple architecture set the foundation for later temple designs across India, particularly in terms of the Shikhara. Terracotta in Gupta art. Terracotta played an important role in Gupta art, particularly in temple decoration and smaller sculptures. Clay figures produced during the Gupta period are known for their beauty and attention to detail. Terracotta panels adorned many Gupta temples, particularly those depicting mythological and religious themes. The clay modelers of the Gupta period were highly skilled, creating lifelike representations of gods and humans. Terracotta art from this period has been found at numerous Gupta sites, including Mathura and Vitri. Frescoes and paintings. Fresco painting flourished during the Gupta period, especially in religious settings like the Ajanta caves. The murals at Ajanta depict Buddhist stories, often in a serene and contemplative style. Frescoes from the Gupta period combined religious themes with a mastery of form and color. These paintings had a profound impact on Buddhist art across Asia, influencing artistic traditions in Central Asia and China. Fresco painting during the Gupta period represents the intersection of artistic skill and spiritual devotion. Ajanta caves and their significance. The Ajanta caves are the most significant example of Gupta era painting depicting the life of Buddha. These murals demonstrate the Gupta ideals of balance, restraint, and spiritual depth. The cave's frescoes were made using natural pigments and representations, a high point in Indian religious art. Ajanta's paintings also include scenes from Jataka tales illustrating the moral and spiritual teachings of Buddhism. These works continue to be studied for their technical skill and spiritual significance. Architectural influence of Gupta temples. Gupta temples introduced architectural innovations that would later define Indian temple design. The Dasavatar temple at Deogarh, with its Shikhara tower, influenced later temple construction. The use of brick and stone together became a hallmark of Gupta architecture, as seen at Vitri and Nachra Kuthara. Gupta temples were typically small but intricately designed with terracotta panels and elaborate carvings. These architectural principles influenced subsequent dynasties like the Pallavas and Chalukyas. Patronage of art. Gupta rulers, including Chandragupta II and Kumaragupta, were notable patrons of art and culture. Artists were commissioned to create sculptures, frescoes, and temple designs, often under royal patronage. Religious institutions, particularly Buddhist monasteries, played a significant role in commissioning art. The flourishing of art during the Gupta period was largely due to royal support and promotion of cultural heritage. Patronage ensured the spread of Gupta artistic traditions beyond India's borders. Religious themes in Gupta art. Gupta sculptures and paintings frequently depicted religious figures and themes, particularly from Hinduism and Buddhism. The portrayal of gods like Vishnu, Shiva, and Buddha was central to Gupta religious art. Gupta artists were known for their ability to blend human and divine forms in their depictions of religious figures. Religious themes in Gupta art were often tied to moral and spiritual lessons, as seen in the Ajanta murals. These works reflected the Gupta focus on spirituality, devotion, and pursuit of religious truth. Legacy of Gupta art. The Gupta period set a lasting standard for Indian art, influencing subsequent dynasties and artistic traditions. Gupta art's focus on balance, restraint, and spirituality became the foundation for later Indian artistic styles. Temples, sculptures, and frescoes from the Gupta period continue to be studied for their technical and artistic mastery. The influence of Gupta art extended beyond India, shaping Buddhist art in Central Asia and China. Gupta art remains a testament to the cultural and artistic achievements of ancient India. So that was all about Gupta art. And with this, we conclude the Gupta Empire series. Please go through all the videos in this series to understand in detail about the situation of Gupta Empire in ancient Indian subcontinent. Thank you so much for your love and support.